Okay. Can you see the slide movement, students? Can you see the slide movement, students? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in the last class, we have studied something related to the continue and break statement, right? Okay, so now I'll try to find the difference between those two. Then we'll go ahead with some of the examples on looping statements. So look at the difference between the break and the continue over here. Okay, so now can anybody tell the difference between the break and continue statement? Hello? Hello? Can anybody mention the difference between the break and continue statement? Where all I use the break statement? Where all I use the break statement? Hello? Hello? Are you interested to give the response or no? Anyone is there? Make it fast. Hello? Am I audible or no, students? Hello? Hello, students? Okay. So when the break is executed, if you look at the break statement, please remember this break statement is used inside the switch statement, and along with switch statement, it can be used inside the looping statement. So once I use the break statement inside either switch or the looping statement, so I am able to, or it is helping me to come out of the switch statement or a looping statement. Okay. So in this case, you already know whether the final condition of the looping statement is met or no. Still, we are coming out of the looping statement there, right? That is the break statement. But if you go ahead with the continue statement, okay, so continue is purely meant for the looping statement there. So if you are interested to skip some of the statements, okay, which statement you wanted to skip, it is left to you people. Okay, so now to skip some of the statements, but to be in the loop itself, then we'll think of going ahead with the continue statement. Continue is not making me to come out of the loop there, but it is helping me to skip some of the statements that are found inside the looping statement there. So that is the first difference between the break and the continue. Okay. So this is, you already know it is used inside the switch statement. Continue cannot be used inside the switch statement except looping statement. We are not using this continue anywhere. So these are the some example that people can quote for the break and continue statement. And I have already shown you about this, and I have, okay, so I have already shown the working of these two code snippet also in the last class only. Okay, so this is all about what we call it as the looping statement, and along with the control and that is the continue and a break statement. Conditional, what we call it as the break statements, okay, or jump statement, you can say, right? Okay, so let's proceed with the examples that we people can quote for this. Okay, let's proceed with the examples. Okay, write a C program. Okay, So now these are all dependent on the looping statement that you people have studied. Write a C program to find the sum of, okay, I've written it twice, sum of first n even and odd numbers. Okay, if I write here something like 10 here, okay, if I give 10 here, so you are supposed to find out the sum of the first 10 even and odd numbers. So how many even numbers are coming from 1 to 10 there, and how many even odd numbers are coming between 1 to 10. So you have to find all those things and you have to find the summation of those. So that's what is the meaning of write a program to find the summation of first n even and odd numbers. So anybody is interested to say the logic for this? Hello? 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 Hello students? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
So anyone is interested to say the logic of this? So whatever logic you people are going to say, I'll write this same logic. I'll type the same logic in the program and we'll try to find out the output of that. Anyone? Tell me the algorithm. What you're supposed to read. Hello? 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 So if you don't attend the classes, you are going to lose a lot of stuff. Right? So you are the losers. It's not me. So response is important for me. Anyone who is interested to say the logic for this? Sum of first n even and odd numbers. If I say n is equal to 10 here, so I should be able to find the sum of first even and odd number that are coming before are equal to 10 there. Okay, I only tell the logic. So the number starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which are all the even numbers in this? Hello? Which are all the even numbers in this?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, ma'am.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Right? So these are all the odd numbers here. So we're supposed to find the summation of these things. So first I have to find the summation of these two things. Simultaneously I have to find the summation of these. Right? So what is the first step? First you have to read n. Right? So how many first n numbers you are interested to read? Correct? Is it okay? Is this okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then you use the for loop. For I is equal to first number I start with 1, then I should be less than or equal to n, I plus plus. This is the first number that we got there. How do I begin with? How do I check whether the first number that I have taken is even or odd? So I need to have the summation of two things. I'll write sum odd is equal to 0 and sum even is equal to 0 there. So I need two summations found out there. One is for how do whether the given or odd? How do I check? How do you say given number is odd or even? Hello? 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 How do you check the given number is even or odd?
If n dot 2 is equal to 0, then it is a even number.
Pardon? Little louder. If
If n mod 2,
so, n is the total number of numbers that I am going to generate. So, I am not reading the n here. N is the total numbers that you are going to read. So, I am saying I am taking with the number 1. Okay, so this is the last number that it is given. So, if I say 10 here, so 10 numbers I have to generate, and individual number I have to check how I have written here. First number, second number, third number, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth, and 10th. First 10 numbers I have to generate. This is what I have given. This is my n. So I have to generate the individual number and I have to check whether it is even or odd. Is it even or odd? 1 is even or odd?
odd.
How do you say? How do you check the given number is odd or even?
It is
Modulus.
divisible by 2.
Very good. Modulus of 2 is equal to 0. Then it is odd or even number.
Even.
If the remainder
Even.
is 0, okay, even. So I'll be writing it as sum of even number is equal to sum of even plus I. Else. Else is what? If it is not true means it is
Odd.
odd number. So I'll write sum of odd is equal to sum of odd plus I. And I'll just close the brace here. And after coming out of the loop, I am going to print both the sum. One sum is even sum, another sum is odd sum. Is it okay? Is this okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now we'll try to write the program for the same thing now. Program to find sum of n first n even and odd numbers. So I have to generate the number starting from 1 till n. Okay, and in that you have to find which is odd and which is even, and you just go on adding the even numbers to even summation, odd numbers to odd summation. Is it okay? This is what I am going to read.
Yes, ma'am.
Then I need sum of even is equal to 0 there. Sum of odd is equal to 0 there. Okay. Then I have to take I. So now I'll ask you people to read something. Enter the number. We'll read that. Enter. Numbers. So you have to read us how many numbers. Okay, total number you have to read. So 10, if you read it 10, it's going to generate 10 numbers. Okay, total numbers to be generated. Total natural numbers to be generated. For I is equal to start from 1. So I should be less than or equal to n I plus plus. Okay. What is the condition that I have to check here? What is the condition that I have to check whether the given number is odd or even? So it is generating me the numbers here, natural numbers starting from 1 to n. So I'll take the individual number, then I have to check whether it is even or odd. How do I do that? Make it fast. Why you people are not giving response today? Any problem?
Modulus 2.
Okay, modulus 2 is equal to 0. Then what I'm supposed to do? If it is true, then what is the meaning of this? Okay, sum of E is equal to sum of E plus I. I'm going to add the even numbers. Else I'm going to add the else means what? What do you mean by else?
Sum
Some
of odd numbers.
odd numbers, no? Okay. So after coming out of this, I'm going to print the result there. What I have to print? Print F the summation of percentage D, okay, N, first N I'll write, summation of first N, even and odd numbers is equal to numbers is E is equal to percentage D and some
Sum O
to percentage D. Okay, so which are the variable that I'm supposed to write now? Sum, sum,
Sum E,
sum O.
sum O.
Okay, fine. So now I'll just close this. Before that, so I'm going to write return 0. Return 0. And I'm going to store this first. So this is find even and odd numbers dot C. Sir, okay, both are same. Correct, no? I have to take one as sum of odd and sum of even there. That is the error that it is throwing. Now run this. Enter total natural numbers to be generated. How many numbers you want to generate? First, I'll take only 5. So that the 5 even numbers, odd numbers and the even number that are coming between the 1 to 5. Is it okay? So now can you tell me the result of it?
30.
Is it 30?
Yes, ma'am.
Even number
30 is
6,
what?
ma'am, and odd numbers.
Even.
What are they? Even is 30.
Yes, ma'am.
So it is giving something like, okay, again I made a mistake or what? So something is some SOMO is 6097680 it is giving. One is 9 it is giving. It's correct, but the second one it is not giving me proper result. Is there any mistake that I've done there? SEMO is equal to 0. Sum of I modulus 2, I plus I less than. Everything is fine. Check it out, any spelling mistake that I've done there. SEM, it is taking the random value there. SEM. Any mistake that I've done there?
SUME, ma'am.
SEMO. 0 only I have initialized, no? Then why it is throwing me different answer for it? I is less than or equal to S. Sum of odd numbers. I'll just check it out here only. So what is the problem so that I can rectify it here. It is giving me the proper result or no. I'll use a printf statement here. Printf is equal to percentage d. SUMO. After coming out of the loop, it is not, still here it is okay. So, but once I come out of this particular loop, it's giving me a different answer for this. SUMO. Same thing I have taken. Then why it is not correct answer for it then? Oh no. Right, so first I have 1, 2, 3 D's there. Okay, this is the first D and this is the second D, this is the third D. Right, it is giving the first two, I have taken only 2 D's here. Okay, what about this D? I have to write that also. Okay, so that is N. So that's why giving me the proper result there. Okay, if I write 5, now it will give the proper answer. The summation of first 5, okay, even and odd numbers. Okay, sometimes what happens, first 5 in the sense they'll count 5 even numbers and 5 odd numbers. Okay, but usually now in this case what we are considering, we are generating the total 5 natural numbers. In that 5 natural numbers, so we'll be picking the odd numbers and we'll be picking the even numbers, and we are trying to find the summation of the even number that we have picked and the even number odd number that we have picked from 1 to 5 there. Is this okay? Hello? Hello students. Is it okay?
Ma'am, what was the error that you did? I did not understand where it was wrong.
I wrote actually 3 D's here, 1D, 2D and 3D. Okay, but whenever I wrote the variable list here, I have written only 2 variable list. So this was written by me. Okay, I am supposed to write how many specifiers are there, no? Those many variables I have to write here. Okay, I have written only 2 variables. That's why it was giving me the wrong result there. Here also, if now look at this. So now here, first D was taken as 6. Okay, this was SUME. So the first D. This 6 is there, no? Can you see that? The summation of first 6 it is giving. It's not first 6. It is giving, that is a summation of even numbers. Okay, even and odd numbers is SUME is there, no? So that is the result of this SUMO. Okay, and don't have any value for the third D here. So I have one more D here. So for this D, I don't have any value that is found here. That's why it was giving me the random value there. So this is a random value that was given here. Is it okay? Have you understood how many format specifiers you are using inside the
Yes, ma'am.
double quotes,
Yes,
those many variables you need to have here. I had only 2 variables, but I had 3 format specifiers here. So can you see 3 format specifiers are there?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, that's why it was giving one answer as random value. It was picking any value and it was just displaying that. So that's what I have changed here. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So still you have any doubts, you people can ask me. There is no issue in that. Your interaction is if I write now 10, okay, so now I have 1, 3, 5, 7, okay, 9, so that has to be added there. And 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 will be added there. And summation of that is given as, it's given the summation of first 10, even and odd numbers is equal to, is SUME, sum of even number is equal to 30, sum of the odd numbers is equal to 25. You have to check it out. Is it whether it is giving me the right answer or not? Can you tell me, is it giving the right answer? Is it giving the right answer? 4,
Yes,
6,
ma'am.
okay, 6,
Those are
10,
correct.
8. Those are correct? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So 30. So I've done for the even numbers here and it is giving me 30 and that is the right answer. Okay, similarly you can check for the odd numbers. So I think it is also going to give you the right answer. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so any doubt regarding this? Any doubt regarding this? Hello? You have any doubts, you people can ask me. Otherwise, we'll go ahead with one more example.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah,
Ma'am, if I should add 5 even digits, no?
pardon?
We have
Your
entered
voice is
5,
breaking. I have entered.
5 as n, no, ma'am. N.
Huh.
Then it should add 5 even numbers and 5 odd numbers.
That's why I said. But here I am telling it to generate 5 natural numbers. In that 5 numbers, it is finding the even number separately and it is finding the odd number separately and it is adding those things. In 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in that 5 numbers, you have 1, 3 and 5 are the even odd numbers. 2 and 4 are the even numbers there. Okay, it is adding like that. That's what I said. Initially only I mentioned that. It is up to you people what you wanted to take.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so if you take it as 5, okay, so if you want to generate separate 5 natural numbers and separate, separate 5 odd numbers and separate 5 even numbers, then you have to double this. Okay, whatever number I have given there, so you have to double that and you have to work it out.
Okay, ma'am.
Have you got the thing that what I am saying? So if I write
Yes.
here, so n, it will be double of this. So now if I write here 2 times, okay, 2 into n. So that time, whatever you are asking, so that is going to work fine. So I'll just show
Okay,
it to you. So now if I write here 5, so it is adding 5 odd numbers and 5 even numbers there. Now check it out. Is it giving 5 even numbers and 5 odd numbers?
yes.
Correct? So this is how it's going to work. It is left to you people. You have to mention it clearly. So I'm going to generate 5 natural numbers. In that 5 natural numbers, we'll be picking the odd numbers and I'll be picking the even numbers there and I'll be adding the even numbers and I'll be adding the odd numbers separately and I'll be displaying that. So this is one case. Okay, so second case is, so you have to generate the first 5 odd numbers and first 5 even numbers are, first n odd numbers and first n even numbers and you are going to find the summation of that. So you have to interpret correctly and you have to work accordingly. Or you have to write the program accordingly. So this is a change that you can make inside that to find the answer for it. So what you wanted to do for this, you have to tell me. Okay, so what you want to take for this? If I say find the summation of the first n, Okay, even numbers and odd numbers. So what you wanted to write? So you want to take it as first n, in the sense n even numbers and n odd numbers, or you are interested to generate n totally natural numbers, and in that n numbers you are going to pick the odd and even, and you are going to calculate the summation.
Total n.
You want total n, so total 10 numbers will be generated. Among 10 numbers you are going to find the even and odd numbers, and you are finding the summation of that. Because if it is asked in the exams, how do you solve? That's what my concern is.
Ma'am, why we have taken initialized I equal to 1, ma'am?
Where I have initialized I is equal to 1?
For
For
ma'am.
so I am generating a natural number, still n. Natural number starts from 1, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why I have taken I is equal to 1. I am generating n natural numbers, and then I am picking the whether it is odd number or even number. So depending on that even and odd number, and I'll be dumping that into different summations there. Because I have two summations to be done there, calculated there. One for the even, one for the odd there. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now it is left to you people. First n, what you wanted to take, whether you want to generate n numbers and then you have to pick the odd and even among n numbers, or you want to generate the n even numbers and odd numbers, and you wanted to add them as n even numbers and n odd numbers. That you have to decide before you proceed with, and you have to mention it very clearly in the final exams. Okay, if it is asked in the exams, you have to clearly mention whether you are taking the first n even numbers and odd numbers, and you are finding that, or you are generating total natural numbers, and in that natural number you are finding the even numbers and the odd numbers, and you are doing the summation of that. If you don't mention it clearly, so there is a chance of losing of the marks. So please clearly mention whatever you wanted to specify. So that's why I initially only I have mentioned. So I am going to generate n natural numbers here. In that n natural numbers, I am going to find the even numbers, and I'll be doing the summation of those even numbers, and I'll be finding the odd numbers. I'll be finding the summation of those odd numbers. How I have mentioned in the similar fashion, you have to also mention that before you proceed with this particular program. Clear? Clear, students?
Yes,
Say
ma'am.
something.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead with the next one more example. Okay. Okay. Program to check only. Check. Given number is okay. So using while loop, write a C program to check given number is prime or not. Okay, so before I proceed, I need a logic for this. How do you say whether the given number is prime or no? What is the definition to say a given number is prime or not? Whether
It
3
is
is prime or
divisible
it is divisible by
Yes, ma'am.
it
1
is
and itself.
1 and itself.
The number itself.
Correct? Correct? Correct, no?
It has
Agreed?
only two factors, ma'am.
Yeah, only two factors, 1 and itself. So I'll just neglect this, okay, because every number is divisible by 1. Correct, no? You take any number,
Yes,
every
ma'am.
number is divisible by 1, so we'll not take this. So I'll start dividing a given number by, okay, starting from 2. So I'll check it out, whether it is divisible by 2 or what. Okay, then how do I check whether 3 is divisible by 2 or no?
Modulation.
Modulus, very good.
Modulus.
Okay, so 3 mod 2 is equal to 0, then I'll say it is divisible by. Otherwise,
Not divisible.
It's
it
not
is
divisible.
not divisible. correct? So I have to divide it by, okay, the next number. Okay, so 3 I'll not be considering itself because I know that if it is divisible by itself and it is divisible by 1, and I'll not be considering this because every number is divisible by 1. So I'll check till less than this particular itself value, that is 3. So if I write here something like 5, so I'll try to divide this by 2, then I'll try to divide this by 3 and 4. If it is not divisible by these 3 numbers, then surely I say that it is a it is a
Ma'am, repeat, ma'am.
I'll divide this number by 2, I'll divide this number by 3, I'll divide this number by 4. I'll not go ahead with 5 because I know this is divisible by itself. You take any number that is divisible by itself. Correct, no? You take any
Yes,
number.
ma'am.
If I take 4, 4 is divisible by itself, no? And it is divisible by 1 itself.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
take any number. Every number is divisible by itself and every number is divisible by, 1 also. Right? So we'll not consider those things. We'll go ahead with the numbers starting from, okay, so now 2 till, okay, the value that is given to you people. Whatever value you have read, okay, check the given number, okay, whatever number you have given here. So lesser than this value. So that is still n minus 1. If I have given n as 5, so I'll start dividing it by 2 till less than 5. What is less than 5? 4. So I'll try to divide this by 2. I'll try to divide this by 3. I'll try to divide this by 4. So I'll check it out, whether it is divisible by 2, whether it is divisible by 3, whether it is divisible by 4. If it is not divisible by any one of these things, then confidently I'll say that it is a prime number.
Prime number.
Correct, no? If it is divisible by any one of the number, if I take 4 here, so 4 should be checked with 2, 3. Correct? Correct, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
I'll not check for 1 and itself. Okay, so I'll not check for 1 and 4. So I'll leave these. So left out numbers are 2 and 3. I'll try to divide this by 2. I'll try to divide this by 3. Correct?
yes, ma'am.
Right? So
Yes.
I'll check whether it is divisible by 2.
Yes, ma'am.
It is divisible by 2. So then I'll say that it is divisible by 2, then it is not a prime number. Correct, no? Is 4 is prime number?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Correct. If it is divisible by any other number other than itself and 1, then it's not a prime number.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. So now, but it is divisible by 2 here. That's why I say it is not a prime number.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it okay? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then can you tell me the logic? How can I write the program? If you use for loop, it is very easy. Read any number. Let's check whether it is prime or no. I have to divide this by what?
2, ma'am.
Only 2?
2 to n minus 1, ma'am.
Very good. 2 to n minus 1. So that's what I am writing inside the for loop. I is equal to 2, okay, 2 n minus 1. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
So now I'll check if n modulus I, correct?
I, ma'am.
Right? So this value I have to take. So first it is 2, then it is 3, then it is 4, because it is 2 to n minus 1. Correct, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If it is equal to 0, then what should I do?
0.
What should I do?
It is not prime.
Correct, no? Then what I'm going to do, I'll write one simple variable. I'll take something like prime here. Okay, so I'll set prime is equal to 1 there. So initially I'll take one more value called as prime equal to 0 there. Then I'll set this as prime is equal to 1 here. Then I'm going to break this. Because is there any necessity to check for the other numbers? If I take number 4, if it is divisible by 2, if I divide this by 2, if I get a remainder as 0 there, do I need to check this whether it is divisible by 3 and some other numbers there?
No, ma'am.
No, no. So I should break from this, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Otherwise, I'll be in the loop itself. Is it okay? What I am saying to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope I am making it clear. Okay, so now after coming out of this, after coming out of this particular for loop, I have to check it out. Why I have come out of the loop? Whether it is because of this has reached the last value condition, or whether because of this break I have come out of the loop. Correct, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Okay, so now this is very important fact that I am dealing with you all. Okay, so now 1 second, I'll make this because I've used the while statement. So before that, let me use for loop for you all, because for loop is easier compared to, okay, I equal to 2, I less than n, number I have taken, I plus plus. Okay, so let's look into this program, simple program that I have written here. So now check it out. So what I'm doing, I'm checking whether the given number is prime or not. Okay, so now look at this. So this is one more variable, that's what I was saying. Okay, so take one variable called as something like anything. Okay, so usually people will take it as flag. Okay, so many people can take it as any variable. Anything is okay with us. This is one simple number that I'm taking here. Then I'll write here, enter the number, positive number. We have read the number there. Okay, so now, so this is a range that is given. Is it okay? Is this range is okay to everybody? It starts from
Yes,
2
ma'am.
and less than number. Okay, I should not include this equal to here. I am not supposed to place equal to. Why I
Yes,
am
ma'am.
not supposed to place equal to?
The number is divisible by itself, ma'am.
Very good. Correct. That's why I'm not supposed to include that. If you include that, every time it is going to show you it's not a prime number, it's not a prime number. Even though it is prime number, it is going to say it's not a prime number. Right? Okay, so that's
Yes,
why
ma'am.
we have to take till lesser than that value. Okay, it is just incrementation because it's a for loop there. Then what is the condition that I'm going to place? If number mod I is equal to 0. If it is divisible by this number that we have taken here, then I'll say what I'm going to do. I'm making this prime here set 0 and I'm making this as, sorry, it is 1 here. I'm making it as 0 here. Then I'm going to break out of it and I'm going to wind this. Is it okay? Why it is so?
Ma'am,
I'll just show you, tell you why I'm going to take this prime. Okay, so now look at this. You read one number for me. So I'll read number, num is equal to something like, okay, so let me take it as 4. Is it okay?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now I've read this as 4. So now I, what is the value of I?
2,
2,
ma'am.
ma'am.
2, correct? So what is the
Yes,
value
ma'am.
of this num?
4, ma'am.
4. Is 2 is less than 4?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. True.
Yes. So what should I do?
Entering the
Divisible.
Enter into the loop, right? Okay, check for this now. So this is number 4. This is num is equal to 4, I is equal to 2. So 4 mod 2, what it is yielding?
0.
Is it is yielding me 0?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Remainder is 0. Okay, so then what I'm going to do, I'm setting prime is equal to 0. And what should I do?
Break.
Break. Break means I should
Break.
come back to the loop.
No, ma'am.
No, I have to come out of the
Loop.
loop. Agreed for that?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Right? So I'm coming out of the loop. If I come out of the loop, if you look at this, here I have given the number and you know that I have come out of because of break there. But if you don't know, this is this normal program that is written here, then if I ask you, how do you come out of, whether because of the break statement or because of condition is satisfied there, what is your answer for that? If I ask you, okay, so whether you have come out of this loop because of after satisfaction of this particular condition, that is for loop condition, or because of this break statement, what is your answer for that?
Condition.
Condition, ma'am.
How do you say? It may be because of number, I mean, this condition is satisfied, or because of this break. Anything may be true, no? In this case, I am coming out of this loop because of this break. You only said, no, go out of the loop because of this break. In this,
Yes, ma'am.
in this case, instead of this, if I write this as 5, okay, so let me write this as 5. Okay, this is now again 2. Okay, I'll read, I mean, okay, so now I'll read this as 5. This is 5. So this is 2 and this is 5. Is 2 is lesser than 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What
Yes,
should I
ma'am.
do? So this is 5 and this is 2. Is it equal to 0?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
I should be in the loop. I should be incremented. I will be now.
Yes, ma'am.
What is value of I?
It's
3. 3.
3. Right? Now it is 3 here. Right? So for 5 mod 3.
It is not 0.
0. Again come back to, go back to the loop. Increment this. Right? So now this is 4. 4 is less than 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Again 5 mod 4. Is it equal to 0?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No. What should I do? Increment the value of I. I has become 5. So this is 5. 5 is less than 5?
No, ma'am.
No. So what should I do now? What should I do?
Come
What
out
should
of
I?
the.
So I have to come out of the loop? Correct, no? Come out of the loop?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Why I am coming out of the loop here?
Condition is not satisfied.
Condition is not satisfied. Huh? Why I am coming out of the loop?
The number is prime number.
Why I am coming out of the loop? Is it because of this for loop or this is because of break?
For loop. ma'am.
For loop, no?
For loop, ma'am.
Correct. The condition that is written for this loop has become false there. That's why I'm coming out of the loop. It is not because of a break. Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
In the previous case, when I took number is equal to 4, I came out of this loop because of
Break.
Break
break.
Break, ma'am.
Okay, so now how do you say whether you have come out of this loop because of break or looping statement? I mean, because of false condition of loop statement there?
Using modulus. ma'am. When it is 0.
How do you say that? How do you justify that? Why you have come out of the loop? Is it because of the false condition of the for loop or because of the break? You have to tell me. Do you know? Can you specify that?
No, ma'am.
No, you cannot tell that. Correct, no? Because sometimes I'll be coming out of the loop because of falseness of the for loop condition, or sometimes I'll be coming out of the loop because of break statement. It purely depends on what value I have given for num. Agreed?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct? Agreed? That's why we take this flag value or this particular prime value. This is the prime that tells me how I have come out of the loop. Okay, if I come out of this particular, after this, if I check for this prime value, if this prime is equal to 1 here, okay, so I have initialized it to 1. If it is 1, then how I have come out of that loop? If it is equal to 1, prime is equal to 1, how I have come out of the loop? It is because of this falseness or because of break? Think and say. If I
False.
check for this, prime is equal to 1, how I have come out of this particular for loop? Is it because of this falseness of this condition or break?
Falseness of
Correct,
for
no?
condition.
For
Agreed for
loop
that?
condition, ma'am.
Agreed for that?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes? Okay, so when this becomes false? When this condition
Number is
becomes
prime
false?
number.
Very good. Meaning is that if prime is equal to 1, so whatever number you have read is a prime number?
Yes, ma'am.
Else. Okay, this is not equal to 1. This is not, prime is not equal to 1. Then what should be the value of that? This is not equal to 1. What are
0.
the 0? When do you
0.
get prime is equal to 0?
Even numbers, ma'am.
Correct, no? Not even numbers. For not prime numbers.
Not prime
Yes, ma'am.
numbers, ma'am.
Correct? So for
Yes.
not prime numbers, prime is equal to 0. So you are coming out of this because of that becoming this prime is equal to 0 and you are breaking out of it.
Yes,
Correct?
ma'am.
Right? So now
Yes, ma'am.
prime is equal to 0 means you have come out of this particular loop because of
Break.
prime is
It
equal
is a
to 0. The meaning of this is
break,
you have come out of this particular loop because of
break
Break, ma'am.
statement,
Break.
ma'am.
break statement. Agreed for that? When do you break the
Yes, ma'am.
statement? When do you break
Not
the
The
loop?
number is prime, not prime number.
Correct?
not prime number.
If it's not a prime number. So I'll be writing prime, it's not a prime number. It is not a prime number. Agreed for that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is a logic. And whenever you use break, please take care that one such kind of flag will be always used. This kind of a special flag will be always used. Agreed? This you have to
Yes,
remember.
ma'am.
Right? So this is what I have written. If prime is equal to 1, then percentage D it's a prime number. Else, you know that it is not a prime number. Else means it is not a prime is equal to 0. And I am coming out of this particular loop because of, because of what?
Which, ma'am?
I am coming out,
Ma'am, can you explain?
pardon?
Ma'am, repeat the statement, ma'am.
So if prime is equal to 0, okay, so now prime is not equal to 1. The false condition of this. Okay, false condition of this. What is the
Yes,
meaning
ma'am.
of false condition of this? How I have come out of this particular loop? Little
Break,
louder.
ma'am.
Little louder. I am unable to hear.
Because of break, ma'am.
Very good. Understood? Because of break, I have come out of the loop here. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
instead of initializing prime equal to 1, can we initialize it to other value?
Other value in the sense because we have only two values that usually we consider. One as 0, another one as 1. Okay, we always take the binary value for these things. Okay, because this becomes easier for any of the programmer. And you usually set these values are either 0 or 1. If you want to set this as 0 and if you want to make this as 1, that is also fine. But don't take other than that value. You will have confusions why I have taken this as 28, 21, 20, some number like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So some people will take it as T and false there. Okay, true and false there. Okay, again for that you have to take care of characters. So instead of going ahead with characters and all those things, we usually prefer to write it as a integer values. And that is the easiest method that I am suggesting to you all. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
any doubt in this program?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So now you are checking for whether the given number is prime or no. Right? Now I'll request you people, try to write a program, okay, which will generate you n prime numbers. I'll say 10, so it has to generate me 10 prime numbers. What are the 10 prime numbers that people can generate? Starting from 1,
2, 3, 5,
2, 3, 5,
7,
7,
11,
11,
13,
13,
13,
17,
17,
okay,
19,
19,
done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, still.
21,
23,
Okay.
23, 27,
Is 27 is prime number?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
29.
No, it's not a prime.
29.
No.
29.
29, ma'am.
Okay. Is it okay? So it
Yes,
has to
ma'am.
generate like this. Now you try writing the program for this. I told you how to check the given number is prime number or no. Okay, you go on generating the numbers. You check whether that prime number is it's not a, it's whether it is a prime or not. Okay, if it is prime, you have to display that. I'm not asking. Don't. I mean, I'm not asking you to print the not prime numbers. I'm asking you to print only the prime numbers.
Fine, ma'am.
Is it okay? Only one more outer for loop. Okay, for loop within a for loop. How you people have went for the nested if. In the similar fashion, you people can go ahead with nested if here. Okay, sorry, nested for loop here. Okay, you people can check. I mean, you can find it out. So try that, and let's go ahead with the. I mean, if you don't find the solution, so I'll be discussing about that in the next class also. There is no issue, but I want effort from your side, right? Because every time it is only me who is saying that. Is it okay?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if you want, I'll just show you the run the program and I'll show it. I'll just show it to you. Okay, I've not used here. I've used while statement. The same thing is it's going to do there. Okay, and if I enter, you read any number for me. It will check whether it is prime or not. Read the number. Make
7.
it fast. I have to leave 7. 7 is prime or I mean not the prime number.
Prime.
Prime number.
Is it giving me the right answer there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
go ahead with one more example.
13, ma'am.
9.
13, 1, 3.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Has
9,
it given the
ma'am.
right answer? 9,
Yes, ma'am.
9, okay. Is it prime number?
No, ma'am.
Okay. It's
No,
not a
ma'am.
prime number. It's not a prime number. 9 is not a prime number. Clear?
Yes,
But
ma'am.
the, as you are saying about something like, okay, so I'll just, something like 29. Right? 29 is a prime number. So I request you people write a program which is helping you to generate the n prime numbers. Maybe n you have to read 10 prime numbers, 5 prime numbers. So it has to generate those many prime numbers. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Try that at home. Okay. So I'm really sorry I took little late. Okay. So join me the lab at 1:45 today. Okay. So which batch? B1 batch is there now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Today you have B1 batch
Yes, ma'am.
is having the lab now. So instead of 2:30, you join the lab at 1:45 today. Okay, so I'll be taking for 1.5 hours, not half hours also, 1 hour 15 minutes today. Okay, so please join me at 1:45. Is it okay?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. So now I'll not take more than 1.5 hour. Okay, so today's lab. So please join me the lab at 1:45. B1 batch, I request. So afterwards, B2 batch, I mean, I think B3 batch has to join. Okay, so madam might have told you people. So B3 batch has to join the lab, I think after 2:45. So I hope every students are there. So that's why I'm suggesting. So first B1, today, I mean, today's batch is B1 batch. B1 batch is having lab today, I think. Which batch is having lab today? B1 or
B1.
B1 batch, ma'am.
B1 batch, no? Okay. So B1 batch, I request B1 batch to join the lab at 1:45. Then afterwards, I'm requesting Saturday's batch, right? That is, I think, B3 batch.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Saturday, B3 batch is having the lab. So instead of tomorrow's lab, I'll be engaging that tomorrow's lab today itself. Okay. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.